Hey guys, welcome back to another video where I am here to create some things, show you what I did, and maybe you could do the same. My name is Nisha. Welcome to my channel where we crochet, sew, barely. We're going to be doing that in this video. Barely sewing. And do all of the crafts. So I was online doing my online, scrolling as one usually does, and I ran across this Kurt Geiger purse. This purse is the cutest thing, one of the cutest things I've ever seen. So here's a picture of it. And I was like, I want that purse. Do I want to pay that price for it? Absolutely not. Who does? Can I pay that price? Yeah, I can, but I don't want to. And I'm not. So I was like, maybe I can go to Hobby Lobby, find me some yarn, and do it myself. So that's what I did. I went to Hobby Lobby. Here's a clip. And this is what I got at Hobby Lobby. I got 2 skeins of this. I feel like this color is kind of close to it. As close to it as it's going to get for me. And this is, I love this yarn, and it is the color Orange Zest. Barely has orange in it, but hey, to each his own. I got this red fabric because I feel like that does match. That'll be the inside of the purse. These gold sequins, because if you look closely at the purse, you can see that it does have some sequins in it. And it also has some ribbon in it. And I'm going to try to like sew some ribbon at the end of the purse, not in the beginning, and see how it comes out. I also have some charms coming in about an hour or 2 from Amazon. So those will be putting in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and start this purse. Now, I did only get 2 of these. I hope this is enough, because I will be double stranding. And I did get some batting. Let me check the name of that. Batting. I got some batting just in case. So, because we do want the purse to be like sturdy and not flimsy, because this is acrylic. And you know how that goes. It stretches. So I feel like with this border inside of it, the fabric in the inside of it, it won't do that much moving. So let's go ahead and get started. I do want the stitches close together, and I want them tight, of course, for sturdiness. So I'm thinking either a 4mm hook or a 4.5. And I am going to do single crochets because I really don't like half doubles. They irritate me. I don't know why. They make me so mad. Now, when doing your crocheting, you do have to like consider measurements. That's always in a must. So we want to see how long we want this purse, because we're just going to do one long panel. Like when you're crocheting items, you just have to break them down into shapes, really. Like with your eye. That's how you can determine how you want your stuff to look. So I'm going to do one side of the purse, which will be the front side of the purse. So we're going to do, I'm trying to see how I can explain this. Or I can draw it for you. Let me just draw it so you can see better, because I can't explain nothing. Good news, my packages just came. So let's open them and see what they look like. So let me show you how the charms look. So I got all shades of pink. Like all different kind of rhinestone shapes, flower shapes. Oh, this is pretty. Got these. I'm gonna try to incorporate pretty much all of these, or a lot of these, because it does look like a junk purse, honestly, and I love junk items, junk phone cases, junk hats. I love it. So this is only one of them that I got. I did get another one full of charms, so let me see if that's in one of these boxes. Okay, so this one has some really pretty items too. It's a butterfly, and it has pink rhinestones. This is beautiful. Love this. It has a bag. It's a bicycle, a rose, 4-leaf clover. You can't see it, of course, but hold on, let me open it. This is the rose. So pretty. The bike. You can't even tell how pretty it is on camera. This says love. This is the 4-leaf clover. Some pink and white beads or pearls, half pearls. I'm so excited to make this purse, y'all. So let me go ahead and draw this out real quick like I was about to do, so you can see like where I'm coming from. I also got this. I'm so excited about this. This knitting machine. But that's to come tomorrow. Today we're focusing mainly on the purse. So let's get started. Okay, so when I say divided into shapes, this is what I mean. You're gonna have 4 sides to the purse, and it's gonna be shaped like a rectangle. So this will be the front side of the purse, where you know you got your little closing flap. Then you'll have the bottom of the purse, the back of the purse, which will be the longest side. And it'll be the longest side because it's gonna wrap around. It's gonna be the back panel, and then it's gonna come halfway over the front panel, which will be this. So the first part we're gonna be working on is this right here. We're gonna go ahead and work on that front panel. And let me get a measuring tape. Let me get some measuring tape so we can see how long we want it. So as far as width, I'm thinking about 7 to 8 inches. So I'm gonna make a chain. I'm gonna go with 8 inches because sometimes it does shrink down. So I'm gonna just make a chain to measure to equal out to 8 inches. And because I am gonna be double threading, I'm gonna have both my yarns out. This is so pretty. And I am going to thread this into it as well. Now I don't know if I want to take this throughout the whole purse or every other row. I'll have to figure that out as we go. But I am going to start off with it. Alright, so I'm going to get my string and my yarn. Go ahead and make my magic loop. Not a magic loop, chain. In my slip knot. And I think I'm going to use a 4.5 since we have so many items that we're working with. Pull out some slack. And I'll get started. So I'm going to just do a chain to equal 8 inches. Now this is going to be kind of frustrating a little bit, trying to keep all 3 of these together. And I just lost one. See, I just lost my string. It came out. So let me redo this. Okay, we got it now. So now we can do our chains. And this is going to take a lot of concentration. Okay, so let's see if I have my 8 inches. Got about 9. You know what? 9 is going to have to work. Yeah, it's gonna work. So now I'm gonna crochet upwards And that's going to give me the width of how wide I want my purse. Well, no, this is width. Now I'm doing length as far as going upwards to how much like depth my purse can hold. Like I definitely wanted to hold my phone. So we want it to be like at least 6 or 7 inches. So now I'll just be single crocheting upwards. So that's going to take a while. So I'll see y'all in a few. Okay, so now I have a width of 5.5. I think that's good enough. So if you were to put your phone in your purse, you still have that much room at the top. So that's about 2 inches. That's perfect. So now that we got the front face of the purse done, now we're going to work on the bottom. The bottom we don't want too wide. We just want about 2 inches. And instead of doing this piece separate and then going back and sewing it on, I'm just going to work in that back loop only. So I have to differentiate which side is going to be my front side, which side is going to be my back side. So this is definitely my front because it looks different. So I'm going to turn my purse over and I'm going to work in these, let's see, these back loops. It's hard to see on camera, but I'm working the back loops, going back. So when I turn it this way, it'll actually be the front loops. So I'm just gonna work single crochets in those front loops only. And that way, when I get to the end of this, when I look at my purse like this way, my bottom is going to be like that. It's going to be folded. Let's see if we can see it. You can't really tell with all these stripes. But let me go ahead and do that and then I'll show you. So I'm going to do probably about 4 or 5 rows and I'll be back. Okay, so now we have the bottom of our purse. So if you look closely, oh, you can't see it. Sure can't. But there is a little dip here, which gives us this L shape because I went in that back loop. And it made the purse turtle. So now that we have the bottom of our purse and the front side of the purse, now we're going to work on the back panel. And the back panel is going to be the exact amount of stitches that you already have on the front. So I have, let me count these rows. So I have 20 rows on the front panel. So now I have to do 20 rows on the back panel. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll meet y'all back when I did my 20 rows. And then after that, we're going to work on the flap. And then after the flap part, we're going to work on the sides. And the sides we will have to do separate and so on. So I'll be back. All right, y'all, we have the back side, the back panel of the purse done. And if you hold it in a certain way, you can see the bottom now. But once I put these side pieces on, you'll totally be able to see it. So now what I'm going to work on is the front flap. So what'll actually cover the purse and then you'll have to flip back. So just to let y'all know, I did 20 rows for the front panel, 9 rows for the middle panel, and then 20 rows for the back panel. And I'll let you know how many I do for the front strap. But I know it'll be over 9 because it has to cover the width of the purse, which matches the bottom. And then however we want our, little flap to come. And I think I want to kind of do it like maybe triangle. They have theirs kind of like ovally. But I think I'm going to do mine as a triangle. I think that'll be cuter. I think. But anyway, let me just do my first 9 and then I'll come back and see. And by the way, now that I've reached my front panel, I will be working, let's see, in the, I just have to make sure I look at it right. Once I flip it, because that front loop and that back loop will confuse you. Because you want that indentation in the purse. So yeah, I'm going to be working in the back loops again once I turn it around. So I'm just going to single crochet all the way down in the front loops. Just sort of have that indentation from the back panel to the front panel. To the front flap, actually. Okay, so I did, what, 11 rows and I didn't even know it. And when you fold it over, it goes like this. But like I said, I kind of wanted the triangle shape. So this is just like regular size. So I think I'm going to take a few rows back. And then make the little point. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to just unravel like, it's probably like 3 rows, 3 or 4. I was just zoned out. Okay, so I didn't do the point. All I did was do some single crochet decreases so I can get that rounded end. And so now when I close the purse, whenever I figure out what kind of clamp I'm going to use, it'll have like the rounded face, just like that. See? Like a pocketbook. I like that better. So now I'm just going to cut off my yarn. And then we'll start on, I can't talk. We'll start on the sides. And we're going to do that twice because we got to do the left and the right side. So now I'm just cutting this off. I always do a chain 1. And then I go back and cut. And I'm going to leave a tail just so I can go back and sew it in. And pull that through. And then we'll go back and sew this in. So now we're going to do these side panels. And it's going to be, I think it said 9. Yeah, so it's going to be 9 stitches wide. And I want to take it to 20 because it has to go up to here. But what I am going to do, I'm going to do it in this triangle shape. So I want it to be shaped just like this. I don't want it open. I want it to close like that. So of course I'm going to start off with the 9 stitches wide. But then I'm going to go up and slowly decrease every time. So this is going to be a little tricky and I'm going to have to pay attention and probably write it down so I can do both of them the same. So this is the shape that I came up with for the side of the purse. It looks a little, you know, crooked, but what I did, I just kind of decreased all up in every other row or every few rows just so it can match the side of the purse. So when you look at the side of the purse, you'll put this here. And then once we sew it on, it all makes sense. So now I've done one of these and I did write down what I was doing. Always make sure you write down because you will forget and you won't have 2 matching sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this again. And then I'm going to go ahead and sew up the sides. And when I cut it, I cut one of the yarns a short tail. And then the other side, I left it real long because that's the side I'm going to use to sew into the purse. So I don't have to go back and add any yarn. So I'm just closing this up. And here's our tree looking piece. I'll be back with the other piece. All right, now we have our 2. And now I'm just going to go ahead and sew it in. And I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to take my long string, put in my darning needle. Alright, I'm going to take my first piece. I'm just going to line it up and make sure I have the purse on the right side out. And I know because of the indentions that I have that you probably can't see. So I'm going to just go ahead and line this up. The hardest part is getting it like steady and in the place you need it to be. All right. So now I'm just going to go from the side and into that top stitch. It's a little hard to explain, especially because you can't see that good. So let me try to change the camera angle so you can see. So I kind of just messed up and I just realized it. Because I did say that I wanted to put the fabric in the inside. And if I wanted to do that, I should have sewed that on first. Players mess up too. So now I gotta see if I could try to get this in here with just one side sewn on. Because I don't want to take it down. Luckily I only did one side. I mean, I can always do it separately and insert it and sew it. Let me open this fabric and see what it's looking like. Because now I'm about to have to really think. I gotta think what I'm gonna do. Because like I said, I did one side already. I was on the road too. See? Got one side of the purse sewn up. I don't have this side though. Like I said, I can always sew it, like sew it together and then insert it into the purse and then sew the sides up. So I think I'm gonna do that, y'all. And I might glue it, honestly. Okay, so I've decided that I am gonna add the back end on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew the fabric to the back end. And then I think I'm gonna glue the back end and the fabric to the purse. Will that work? With hot glue? No, fabric glue. I got hot fabric glue. So let me go ahead and measure the batting and the fabric on top of each other. And then I'm gonna break out the sewing machine. Jesus. And we're gonna sew it together. Haven't used it in a while. That's why we barely sew here. Okay? So let's go. Okay, so I had to redo the fabric and the batting because I had cut it too short. And I don't have all the tools to cut, like the board, the rotary tool. That's just not a necessity for me to buy right now. So I'm just going to use what I had, which was scissors and this desk. And I redid it. And I think I did an okay job. Now let's head over to this sewing machine. I'm dreading this because I already know I'm going to mess up. But, oh well. So I just finished sewing and it looks terrible. Terrible. I think I have the wrong presser foot too. I just have to cut these strings. Move them out the way. I can't stand a straight line to save my life. I messed up right here, so I said, took it out. Don't care. This is how this looks. And then I'm about to just cut off the excess. And I'm about to glue this in this bag because who's sick of it is me. And I'm ready to put on the charms. So let me warm my hot glue gun up because I almost knocked this sewing machine off this table. About to crash out. And now that I've screwed the inside up, this is how it looks. Can you see? I literally just glued, this camera going crazy. I just glued it in with fabric glue because I messed it up. Like I said, I should have sewed it on before I did it, and then I tried to go back and fix what I did, but hey, you won't be able to tell on a TikTok video. You think I did it all right. So now I'm going to figure out how I want to do this flap, like to close the purse. I might just do a button. No, I didn't do a buttonhole. And I had some purse clamps. I don't know what I did with them. So let me figure that out. Since I can't find my purse clamps, I've looked and looked, but I don't know where they're at. I'll find them when I'm not looking. So I just feel like using these. And these are like croc clamps, if that makes sense. So this is what they look like on the back. I'm just going to use this as the button. So what I'll do is I'll just tuck that little circle piece. I don't know if you can see it. I'll find the center of my purse, which is about right there. And then I'll just go in a stitch. Just like that. And just straighten it up. See? That worked out. And I'll just add like a little chain, and then I'll pull that chain over the butterfly to keep it closed, if that makes sense. So I'll go ahead and add all these on, and I'll be right back. Alright, I officially have all the rhinestones on the purse. I don't know how good you can see it. This camera's gonna fall on my face, so I'll get another look once I put the strap on. I got this little gold chain strap from Amazon, and I'm just gonna put this on the purse, and it's done. And it has these little clamps. Just clamping in the side of the thread. And here she goes. And my phone fits in her. She is all done. Alright, y'all, again, my name is Nisha. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all stay tuned through the whole video. And thanks for watching me make my Kurt Geiger wannabe. Cute. I love her. Alright, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And until the next video, bye.